Hello, everybody. Thanks for attending this session. Today's topic is to share with you some tips and tricks to help you accelerate the RSAT adoption. RSAT stands for Regression Suite Automation Tool, which is the tool we are going to use in F&O to help you automate your end-to-end business cycle testing. We will not focus only on the test itself, but all the components which are involved in this process, starting from the BPM, from the recording, with task recorder, followed by the BPM, Azure DevOps, and then RSAT. And for each one of those components, we try to share our experience and some tips and tricks. Let's start with the very first part of this process, which is the recording. The end-to-end business cycle testing is based on recording and not on development things. We don't want developer to do anything in this part. We want this process to be something achievable by functional people, as we are just testing business cycles. And the very first step is to use the task recorder to record your different scenarios. The very first thing I would say before starting the recording is to try to design what your intention with those tests and what you would like to test. It's important because as you are going to record things, if you're not prepared in advance on what you will do, you will have some misclicks, you will have some useless clicks, which will be in the recording and then replay it later. We don't want that. We want your recording really clear, and therefore you should just anticipate a little bit and have an idea of what will be your scenario. Another point which is important is to not have end-to-end recording in one recording. What we want you to do is to split your end-to-end story to multiple business tasks and create one recording for each business task. We are providing you right after ways to chain your recordings together to build what we call a test suite. A test suite is supposed to be your end-to-end testing process. A test case, which is just one recording, is supposed to be one business task. It is also important to know that in the tool RSAT, we are providing you a feature which allows you to set a user, which allows you to test with a specific user role, security role. Therefore, if in your end-to-end process you are having multiple user role or user changes, you should reflect this in your test cases. That way you can put different users for the different test cases. Another important element to take in account is that we are providing you a parameter which aims to pause the recording, which can be useful for workflow testing. Let's take an example. For example, you have a purchase order. One of the users has to request an approval, which is an automated approval, based on some rules, but the workflow has to run behind the scene. The batch has to run and validate. At that moment, you have the first task, which is the sending of the request, and you have the rest of your process in a separate business task, starting with a pause parameter. You can set, for example, to 2 minutes or X minutes, depending on how your batches runs, and which will allow you to include this pausing time in your testing process. It's not written in this slide, but we also have what we call a timeout duration. It is something also interesting which allows you to ensure sort of SLA. If you have, for example, if you require to have a batch validation in less than 2 minutes, then you should use that timeout to have an additional level of validation, which helps you know that your workflow is taking too many time. Because our advices to you are to split your recordings, we are providing you a way to chain your tests together. To reach that target, sorry, I'm trying just to, no, okay. you should use the copy function. This copy function is only a way, it's a way for you to save a variable of a field. For example, in my test, just here in my screenshot, I just put my right-click on a field, for example, the sales order ID, and if I do copy, I will keep a variable of that value in my parameter file. And I will be able to use this variable in all the parameter files for all the recordings which will come later in my test suite. The second function we are also providing you is what we call the validate function. And the aim of this feature is to give you the ability to do more than just a testing to say, okay, that runs. We want you to test that the result is what you expect also. Let's take an example. You are creating a sales order. You add some lines. You have one recording for that. And you have a second recording to confirm the sales order. You can add a third recording, which aims only to check that your sales order status after the confirmation is confirmed. At that moment, when you run your test suite, if your status is not the right one, the test will fail, and you will know exactly why it fails. Okay? This is why it's intended by this validation feature. If I just come back to the recording itself, one important thing to know about the recordings, and it is not only for RSAT, but for every recording using Task Recorder, is that you must always start from the main dashboard. This is the entry point of the solution. You always start from that point and navigate until where you want and then do your action. You should record this step. It's fundamental. It's necessary. Another small tips is to avoid selecting values from drop-downs. Currently, we are recording the position of the record. Of course, as drop-down can be matched to tables, if the data evolve over time, a position of record you want may evolve also. The issue with this is that you will have some wrong tests. Definitely, the advice is you can hit the drop-down button to see the values, but you should enter those values in the field. That way, we are recording the values you entered. For the grids, we're having the same kind of behaviors. You arrive on a grid or a list page. It is important that you use the filter to keep only one record, which is the record you want on your tests, to hit and click that on that hyperlink. If you don't do so, because you are recording always the position, same thing, you probably in the future have a selection which will not what you intend initially. And definitely you should filter in, have one record. At that moment, you are pretty sure that your test will be the right one with the right data. Another thing is, when someone records, let's assume you are giving your business users ability to record and you train them to business key users to record what they do, their tasks. They probably will not take care on creating variable copies or validation, etc. We are just giving you an ability to edit some recording. They can provide you basic recording they did, and you can just take those recordings, edit them, for example, to add a copy point, a solid point, say, okay, at that moment I will save a value for my sales order, for my customer name or my customer ID, etc., etc. You can do the same for validation if they missed to validate the value, and you can also add an action. If, for example, they followed the process and they forgot something, you can complete their process if this is part of your business process, of course. Another small tips here is we have a feature in the task recorder which enables you to reorder the task. It's a move step. You should not use that one because that works for the recording itself, but in RSAT that's not supported. You do prefer that to delete your step and recreate a new one. At that moment, everything is changed the right way. The second component we'll focus on is the business process modeler. First of all, I wanted to say that this component is not mandatory to achieve a end-to-end automation story. Nevertheless, if you want to create a library of testings and share it with, for example, let's take rollouts example, rollouts project. If you have multiple affiliates or multiple countries where you want to deploy, you are sharing the same core model, and you want to share those libraries, you should have that business process modeler in the middle, and we're giving you the ability to share the libraries to other projects as soon as they are in the same tenant. This is the only condition. For such a big project, it's advised really to use business process modeler. For smaller projects, definitely you can use DevOps directly and import your recording to DevOps. We'll see it later. For BPM, the very first tips and tricks are related to LCS itself. If your current LCS language is not EN-US, you could face sometime, it's not for all the languages, it's not always, but sometimes you can have some issues with just UI, in UI you can have some issues. And definitely we advise you to keep it in English. The second thing is we have changed a few months ago the URL to access your Azure DevOps. Currently, it's dev.azure.com/your organization name. And the previous URL was devopsorganization.visual.com. This one has to be set in LCS. LCS is not yet supporting the new URL. Another tips is regarding this synchronization between the BPM and Azure DevOps. If we just summarize the story, you create a recorder, you save it to BPM, then you have, your BPM is your library, and you have to synchronize your library to your test manager tool, which is Azure DevOps. This synchronization step have also some small tricks. The first thing is that we are giving you an ability to find in DevOps the work items which has been created through the last synchronization. And this is done thanks to a naming convention. We are prefixing we're adding some prefix in the name, in the title of your work item to give you the ability to filter and create a query, which will be useful later on your test, when you will create your test suite or test plan to create a subset and select whatever you want. In some cases, we saw, it depends on different factors, I will not summarize here, but in some cases, you will be able to synchronize the epics and features and stories from BPM to LCS, but you will not unlock the button which allows you to synchronize test cases. For this specific case, the workaround is to go back to the root BPM library and hit the full synchronization button, which have as a consequence to synchronize the vsync, I mean the requirements, the stories, etc., but also the test cases. This is just small tricks. The very last point, I think I just said some word about this previously. It's about the BPM and how to share your library to other projects. As soon as their project are in the same tenant, you can publish your current library as a corporate library, and once this is done, other LCS projects will be able to use that one as a template for their own library. The next component, started talking about it just before, is Azure DevOps. And mainly, the very first thing I would like to highlight here is the licensing. You don't need to have additional licenses for everything. It's required to have a test manager license to create a test plan, to create test suites, to reorder and create test cases. However, if your users are only, editing the content of a test case or changing only status, this is not required. You should not add a test manager for all your users, but only your test managers, definitely. Another thing about the test suite creation, the test manager should really take into account real life when they build a test suite. A test suite is normally, or our advice is to have it as an end-to-end story. And the idea is to take into account the fact that in your end-to-end story, you will have multiple users with multiple roles. It's definitely important, as I rarely saw someone creating orders, picking, packing, and just invoicing with the same account. Then definitely you should take that into account and reflect this in your test suite. And you can also, this is just a small note, you can also reorder the test cases in the test suite in DevOps, and this will be reflected in the next step. The last thing is that all default process templates are supported. You can use Azure, Agile, Scrum, and CMMI templates. However, we also support custom processes if you support some, if you just respect some requests. The first one is you do not delete any out-of-the-box field or work item type. Otherwise, you will not be able to synchronize from BPM to DevOps. Do not delete work item type states for the same reason. And one, it's less obvious, but it's if you have added some required fields on standard work items, for sure will not be able to fill those fields. But if you respect those, you can use your custom process template. Now let's move on to the tips and tricks regarding RSAT, the tool itself. The very first thing is that we support only FNO version above v7.3 PU20. The environment where you install RSAT must have a web browser access to your FNO. This is fundamental, and you must have Excel installed, as all the parameter files are Excel files. From a setup point of view, just a small tricks again, when you reinstall a new version of RSAT, our advice is to uninstall the previous one and reinstall the new one, not use the repair button. Sometimes it just lets some things in registry. You don't want those things in there. That leads to some issue. Then just uninstall and reinstall the new one. And when you reinstall new version of RSAT, you should do a small test, for example, with one parameter file. If we just provide you new parameters, that will change the shape and the content of the Excel templates. Of course, your previous Excel file will not be anymore usable directly. You should keep them, not remove them, because you have your parameters in those old Excels, but you should generate new ones, take the data, and put them in the parameter files. Because we are just still providing new features, and those new features are generally leading to some new parameters which are in new Excels. For the rest, when you regenerate new Excels, you should close the other files. And one thing which is not obvious is if you have an error telling you that the working folder you have parameterized do not exist, this is probably because you are having a space on the name of your folder and we're not supporting it yet. From a usage point of view, if you're using Internet Explorer as a browser, you could have a message telling you that you should scale your resolution to 100%, but you will not be able to do that if you are jumping to a VM. The solution for that is just to change it in your laptop on the host computer, and this will be reflected in the VM after that. If you are using Chrome, another common issue we can see is that over time, sometimes the driver is no more valid or no more supported. It's too old. You can download the latest version from the URL, just there, chromedriver.chromium.org/downloads. The fourth point, I think, just already said it before, the variables which we have created to chain the tests together can only be used within the same run. which means when you create your test suite, you are going to run that test suite to have all the test cases running together. The variables are just passed inside that test run, of course. And the very last one is something really common for those who work with FNO. The admin user you configure in RSAT must be in the same user in the same tenant as your FNO. We're having those constraints for a lot of things in FNO, but also in RSAT. The very first tips or advices I can share is, as those tests are supposed to be non-regression tests, it is advised to do those tests on production data. If you are already live, that will be easy because you can use the copy database feature available in LCS. If it's not, you can use your golden configuration plus your migration data to run your test. But definitely try to avoid fake data or just build data. It's not relevant enough to ensure that everything will go right for you. Sorry. Yeah, the second point is just to say, as you are using production data, you're having an amount of data already available. Just to avoid having some conflicts on your data, try to have a naming convention when you generate some data by adding a prefix to ensure that you're not conflicting with already existing data. Another small tips is to use the Azure point-in-time restore to help you redo tests. You have a database, you want to do a test, you don't know at least if this test will work or not. You have the ability to just use the point-in-time restore to come back and redo your tests. Okay, it's a feature available through LCS on multi-tier environment only. And the last one, and which is an important one, is to generate some data for all the number sequences which are manual, not continuous, not automated, I would say. You have some features you can use in Excel, like random, run between, or now, which will allow you to generate some data which are not the same each time and makes your tests reusable over time. This is quite important, as you will have to run those tests, I would say monthly, for example, to fit one version story. And those kind of features will definitely be necessary to help you reach that target. Just to, before closing the session, I want to share here some links about other sessions made by my colleagues related to RSAT, which already occurred. And you can just follow those sessions if you want to download the decks, because they are complementary when trying to not have the same content. Thank you very much for attending. As you know, we have this slide and we have to ask you to evaluate the show. And then please go to that URL and give us your feedback. We need that to improve our discussion. Thank you very much. Thanks. Yep. Sorry.
Are you working about the Excel compatibility? So every time I install a new version of RSAT, I need to regenerate Excel.
Yes, this is what I said. You have to keep yours, generate a new one, and retake your data in it, because unfortunately,
The question is,
yeah.
are you working about to solve this issue or not?
Not that I know now,
Not now.
but I can take feedback, definitely. Yeah.
Is there a way to give you a feedback?
Yeah, sure. Just right after I will take it. The question was, is there any way, are you working on a way to avoid regenerating Excel each time, because that takes time to handle those data? The answer is, I don't really know. That I know not now, but definitely, yeah, I can feedback and discuss that one. Another question? Thank you very much. Thank you.